The main topic of tonight was about environmental conservation.
Simpson College women's wrestling coach Emma Cochran has recently won an award, USA Wrestling Head Coach for Iowa Wrestlers.
For SCTV, my name is Tijmen Nagel. I'm here with James Johnson today talking about his All-American honor.
My name is Darian Konrad, and I'm going to be asking Simpson College students what their favorite thing about spring is.
Now let's hear about Emma Cochran's journey to become the head coach for the USA women's wrestling team in Iowa.
Iowa continues to be a hotspot for both men's and women's wrestling.
Welcome back to SCTV. I'm Kennedy Moore.
And I'm Rob Howes.
We are so happy to be back with you guys, and we have an exciting episode for you all.
Last week, the Culver Center had one of their biggest events of the year as they brought in CNN historian Douglas Brinkley.
Simpson College had their 15th annual Culver Lecture last week. This year's lecturer was Douglas Brinkley. The main topic of tonight was about environmental conservation.
It is my sincere pleasure and honor to welcome Dr. Douglas Brinkley to deliver the 15th annual Culver Lecture.
Simpson's staff, faculty, and students were seen in attendance as well as people from the Indianola community to watch Douglas's lecture.
I'm here because I loved Senator Culver, and I liked also the book he wrote on Henry Wallace. And, these are legendary people, and Iowa's produced so many of them.
Brinkley emphasizes how it's not just important to worry about the environment as a whole, but also just the little things and anything that could be given as a human right.
So we just have to believe that these were God-given rights that we've earned in America as Americans to have clean air, clean water. That's our birthright. We should be able to breathe without getting sick and swim in water holes without getting poisoned, and believe that that's worth fighting for.
The Q&A session at the very end of the lecture had brought some students to ask some questions to Brinkley as well as others in attendance.
What do you think is the role of a young person or the young community to kind of combat anti-environmental policies, anti-environmental rhetoric?
Look at a leaf. Just look at it. Be mindful and realize sometimes it starts right in your backyard.
Brinkley briefly mentions how the whole world has recently taken climate change as a bigger emphasis on environmental impact. But what if things were downsized?
And I think the term climate change is really so big and overwhelming that it's existential crisis, so we tend to forget that we can do things on a local basis that are helpful.
Instead of trying to focus it, try to approach it on a more big aspect of trying to do a big change. You could start small, because I've never really thought about that, but I'm oh, that makes sense, and it seems more doable than trying to go out and do a huge change.
Simpson's Sustainability Club is already promoting environmental awareness and conservation on campus. Reach out to Alexis Ulrich for more information. From SCTV, this is Lupe Contreras.
Now let's hear about Emma Cochran's journey to become the head coach for the USA women's wrestling team in Iowa.
Simpson College women's wrestling coach Emma Cochran has recently won an award, USA Wrestling Head Coach for Iowa Wrestlers, and Keely Curley has something to say about it.
This award just goes to show how much value that she brings to this team. We've always seen it, but other people are now starting to recognize how much she truly brings to this team, and how we are just literally so grateful to have her in our corner.
Assistant coach Emma Cochran was recently named a USA Wrestling Head Coach for Iowa Wrestlers, an honor that reflects her impact both on and off the court.
I would say there isn't a specific moment that stands out to me. It's just the constant support that I receive from her. There's a lot of times in wrestling where it's really mentally demanding, and she's someone that really helps my mindset going into matches, and somebody that always believes in me even when I might not have that confidence in myself. The thing that stands out to me the most about Coach Emma is just the way that she cares about us, not just as wrestlers, but also as people. It's something that she continues to instill in us throughout the years, is that she does care about us and wants to see us succeed.
This impact is translating into results. Simpson continues to send athletes to nationals, with more success being added to the program each season. And while the national champions banner hasn't been updated just yet, it's only a matter of time before new names are added. We weren't able to speak with Cochran for this story, but her presence is clearly felt throughout the program she's helping build. Reporting for SCTV, I'm Grace Peck.
Iowa continues to be a hotspot for both men's and women's wrestling. Also over spring break, Simpson track athlete James Johnson competed at the Indoor National Championships. Let's hear about his experience.
For SCTV, my name is Tijmen Nagel. I'm here with James Johnson today talking about his All-American honors.
I'm James Johnson. I'm a sophomore from Marshalltown, Iowa, and my major is finance. It was a good feeling. You know, it wasn't exactly, I was shooting higher. I wanted first team All-American. I got second team, but I'm a sophomore. I got more time. There's still outdoor season, and I think it was just a good experience to be there. Yeah, so that's how it typically is at national meets. It's usually more tactical, and so I'd never really been in a championship race like that before, obviously. So I knew it was going to happen, but once it came down to it in the race, I was a little. It's one thing talking about it, and then a different thing when you're actually in the race. So I knew it was going to happen, but I don't know if I was exactly prepared in the moment. Yeah, the goal for outdoor season is first team All-American in the 1500. I have the experience now from racing at a championship meet, and then I also want to qualify in the 5K and just see what I can do in that. So, yeah, obviously, my legs have adapted to my mileage, so I'm going to increase my mileage. But, training is going to stay the same. My habits are going to stay the same. I'll have more confidence going into next year. So, yeah.
For SCTV, this is Tijmen Nagel.
Be on the lookout for James this outdoor track season. Moving on to our fun feature with Darian Konrad.
My name is Darian Konrad, and I'm going to be asking Simpson College students what their favorite thing about spring is.
My name is Christian Lopez. I'm currently a senior. My favorite thing about spring is just the warm weather.
My name is Simon. I'm a freshman, and my favorite thing about spring is being able to smell the rain in the clouds as they come over the sky.
My name is Julian Martin. I am a senior, and my favorite thing about spring is the weather.
Hi, my name is Keegan. I'm a sophomore here at Simpson College, and my favorite thing about the spring is the rain and seeing all the animals come back out from hibernation.
My name is Fana. I'm a junior, and my favorite thing about spring is the flowers.
Hi, my name is Jack Campbell. I'm a junior, and my favorite thing about spring, it's actually all the flowers that campus services plants. They're always great.
Really like tornado season. I'm Vince, and I'm a sophomore.
Probably the weather. Peyton Lauer, sophomore.
My favorite thing about spring is the rain. My name is Michaela. I'm the editor-in-chief at the Simpsoni.
This is Darian Konrad with SCTV.
That's all the time we have for you this week, but tune in next week to learn about what all student organizations did for Campus Day.
I'm Kennedy Moore.
And I'm Rob Howes. Roll Storm.